and gentlemen, it is on in Glendale, Arizona. The AVP World Challenge USA Brazil, and as it stands with 1 to go, Brazil 22, USA 21. It takes 25 points to win. It all comes down to the gold medal match. Allison and Harley for Brazil, Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhausser for the United States of America. Chris McGee along with Dane Bland, and we wouldn't have this any other way. The two best countries in beach volleyball playing right here, and it's come down to this match, Brazil versus USA. Let's focus on the gold medalists, Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhausser. What do they need to do to win this match?
Well, they need to come strong. Harley and Allison are some of the best players in the world. They go at it each and every time when they come out of here. And some people are saying that Allison's one of the best blockers. So Phil, of course, has something to prove. 7 AVP titles for Phil and Todd. They're hungry.
Harley and Allison, what makes them such a dynamic duo?
Well, Harley is all over the court. He has the wisdom. He's 35 years of age. He knows how to get it done. The youngster is Allison. He gets it done at the net, and I think Allison is definitely the future of Brazilian volleyball.
Allison at 6 feet 8 inches tall, playing with the veteran at 35, Harley. They've won 3 golds together. And the first server will be Todd Rogers, the professor. He'll turn 36 in a couple of days. 6'2", 57 titles. Phil told us that they would start on Harley, and they do, and they give it back to Harley. They don't think Allison is a great setter. Dalhausser starts it off with a stuff.
Big block, enforcing his will at the net and letting his presence be known right away. I think that's a solid strategy, going at Harley early and taking away that line.
Harley chisels for 1-1. Harley been one of the great players in Brazil over the last 15 years. Phenomenal setter. 35 years old. Rio de Janeiro. Hard serve down the line at Rogers. Wow. And Phil sets up some sauce from about 15 feet, and Raji just goes underneath Allison.
So important for Phil and Todd to get that set to the net. The pass was about 15 feet off the net, but Phil, one of the best setters in the world, throws it all the way up and gives Todd an opportunity.
6'9", 29 years old, from the University of Central Florida, Phil Dalhausser, the most dominant volleyball player on the planet. 2-time MVP, and on cue, he wraps one down the middle for an ace. 3-1, and Team USA is going nuts, Dane.
Team USA fired up, cheering Phil and Todd on. Phil always starting in the middle of the court. He has 3 spots to serve, right down the middle or to each line. That one right down the slot.
And another one, Phil Dalhausser. And how's this, Dane? Phil told us in the training room this morning he's not going to jump serve. He's going to float serve because of his bad back. He hurt his back in Vegas last weekend.
He tweaked his back, throwing up a jump serve a little bit behind him on the hard surface last week in Las Vegas. Said he was going to float serve, but obviously
not when he got out here.
He had a secret weapon, and things have heated up. Maybe it loosened up on it.
He is teeing off on that serve. Oh! Absolutely stuffs it, and the American players are mobbing.
Oh my, this is one of the most intimidating blocks I have ever seen. That ball lands before both Phil and Harley do. What an incredible block. That's one for the highlight reel.
And you know what? They're showing emotion and passion, and that's what the American players want. Phil and Todd were hoping it wouldn't come down to them. They were hoping Carrie Niski would win. Phil dials up another one. I can't even get a word in because Dalhausser is dominating.
Just absolutely exploding from the back line. How about that? 6-1.
Johnsonville winning recipe of the match. Dane,
well, for Brazil, they have to manufacture their own heat. They're used to playing at home in front of their own crowd. This time they're going to have to create their own momentum.
And for the U.S.?
Well, the U.S. have to go out with a bang. It's been a long season for both Phil and Todd. I know they're looking for the offseason, but one more win, a win versus Brazil, would be huge.
There's 6 points scored, 3 aces, and 2 blocks by Dalhausser. And he gets Allison 7-1. This reminds me of the gold medal match at the Olympics in Beijing. In Game 3, this is what he did to Fabio.
Absolutely. He went to Fabio each and every time. Now he's going to either Harley or Alisson, and he stuff blocked both of them.
The man steps up his game when it matters most. Another ace serve. He's got 3 blocks and 4 aces.
How about that? All Todd Rogers has to do is sit back and watch. How about that? The American contingent on their feet. Not anybody has really seen an exhibition quite like this.
Just feeding off your energy.
A dominant performance by Rogers and Dalhausser. 8-1. We'll be back.